A very good morning to class 9. Today also you are going to have a recorded video. I'm very sorry I'm not able to take the live class due to some reasons. Every week I'm facing some problem. Today also. So next week definitely we will have a live class. Okay. So we have already discussed the I've already given you the term 1 and term 2 syllabus. Okay, I hope you people have gone through the syllabus. Okay, the thing that I can tell you that from chemistry we have got only 3 chapters. Okay, one chapter in the term 1, that is matter around us pure, that is chapter number 2. Okay, from in the term 2 we have got 2 chapters, that is chapter number 3, that means atoms and molecules, and chapter number 4, that is structure of atom. So now you can focus on this second chapter, that is matter around us pure. Okay, but I will suggest that it is a very easy chapter and we have already completed this chapter. So my suggestion is that do not waste your time on reading this chapter again and again. So focus on these 2 chapters. Okay, these 2 chapters which are there in your term 2. So we were dealing with this chapter number 3, that is atoms and molecules. So today also we are going to discuss about that chapter 3, atoms and molecules. I am not going to discuss anything from the previous chapter. Yes, I will discuss this, but right before your exam I will discuss this, no issue with that. All right, so let's erase this and start discussing the chapter that we were discussing. That means atoms and molecules. Atoms and molecules. Okay, so last day we have discussed about the symbols, right? The symbols of the elements. So I have told you to remember the first 20 elements, the name and their symbol. Okay, some of you will remember, some obviously will not. So you people will face the consequences later on. Now, what do you have to learn? We have to learn some what should I call it, definition or some factors that we need to understand. The first and the very important thing among them is atomic mass. Atomic mass. Okay, what do you mean by this term atomic mass? So it is very simple. See, the definition can be given in several number of ways. Very common method of this definition is that you take a carbon atom. Okay, not a simple carbon atom, it's a C12 isotope of carbon atom. Okay, you take 1/12 part of that C12 isotope. All right, now you compare the other atoms with this C12 part of the 1/12 part of this C12 carbon atom. Now suppose it is exactly equal to the 1/12 part of the C12 atom, so it is 1 unit. For example, hydrogen, the atomic mass of hydrogen exactly is equal to the 1/12 part of the C12 atom. So that's why it is 1 unit. The atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 unit. Similarly for helium it is 2 unit. Okay, rather yes, 2 units suppose. Okay, for carbon it is exactly 12 times, so it is 12 unit. Okay, for sodium it is 23. Okay, sorry, for helium it is 4. Okay, my mistake. For sodium it is 23. Okay, let me write down the values. For hydrogen it is 1, for helium the value is 2. Actually not exactly 1 point something, that we will discuss obviously later on. Okay, so for carbon it is 12, for nitrogen this value is 14. Okay, for oxygen this value is 16, for argon this value is 40, for sodium this value is 23, for potassium this value is 31. Okay, so these are the exact values that you need to remember. Okay, these are not actually exact values, approximate values we can call it. Okay, so what conclusion can we take from this? See, what is the proper definition of atomic mass? So we can clearly write that the atomic mass of an element, it is the mass of 1/12th part of C12 atom. Okay, so you can also write it like this. What is atomic mass? Atomic mass is the mass which is compared to, or it depends on your atom is how much heavier than 1/12th part of the C12 atom. This can also be stated. Okay, so you can consider this, or you can give the definition on the basis of C12 atom. You can give the definition on the basis of O16 atom. So obviously this 1/12th part in that case will become 1/16 part. Okay, so in general this C12 is considered, but we can also consider this element. We can also consider some other elements also, depending upon our wish. Okay, so that was basically atomic mass. Okay, now what is the unit of atomic mass? What is the unit of atomic mass? See, the unit of atomic mass is none other than atomic mass unit, or AMU. Okay, in short it is written as small u, like this. Okay, it is written as small u. For example, the atomic mass of sodium is 23. For example, the atomic mass of sodium is 23 U. That means it is 23 atomic mass unit. In short, you write it as U. I hope it is clear to everyone. And the chart that I have given you, you also have to remember that, and it is also there in your NCERT book. That also you can see. Okay. Now what about gram atomic mass? What about gram atomic mass? See, if you represent the atomic mass in gram unit, you will call it gram atomic mass. So atomic mass represented in gram unit. Okay, so atomic mass represented in gram unit is known as gram atomic mass. All right. Now we can attempt some numericals on the basis of the concept that we have just discussed. So let's use this concept and let's do some numerical. Okay, so let's start. Let's erase this board. An atom of copper. It's a question. An atom of copper. An atom of copper has a mass of 1.0625 into 10 to the power minus 22 gram. Okay, it is asked that how many atoms of copper are there? How many atoms of copper are there? How many atoms of copper are there? So this is the question basically that we need to answer. Okay, so as you can see, you have to focus on the question. An atom of copper has a mass of 1.6025 into 10 to the power 22 gram. How many atoms of copper are there? Very simple. Okay, so I have not written the full question. They are in 16 gram. Okay, now this question has been done. An atom of copper has a mass of 1.602 10 to the power minus 22 gram. How many atoms of copper are there in 16 gram? So it is quite simple. As you can see, one atom has a mass of this much gram. Okay, so this is the mass of one atom of copper. Okay, one atom of copper. So this is the solution. Okay, what I am doing now, it is asked that what is the how many atoms are there in 16 gram. So in 1 gram is the mass of 1 by 1.0625 into 10 to the power minus 22 atoms of copper. Okay, now 16 gram is the mass of 16 by 1.0625 into 10 to the power minus 22 atoms of copper. A simple unitary method that I have applied. Okay, now you can keep it like this. If you want, you can calculate this or you can simplify this. Okay, it can be simplified very easily. For example, just 10 to the power minus 22, if you take it to the numerator, it will become 10 to the power plus 22. Okay, 16 by 1.06. See, 1.06 is almost equal to 1. So we can consider 16 by 1.06 is approximately 16 itself. So we don't have to change that too much. Alright, so we can keep it like 16 into 10 to the power 22 atoms of copper. That's it. Okay, if you try to calculate this, you might get a little less than that. Suppose 15.99 like this. You might get something like this. Okay, 15 point something. Both are same. Okay, not that much of difference is there. The important thing is that this 10 to the power 22, you cannot change it to 10 to the power 23, 16 to 10 to the power 23, then it will become wrong. I hope you have understood. All right. So this was the first question that we have done. We'll do some more questions on that, but not now, later on. Let's discuss a few more concepts. Okay, let's discuss a few more concepts. After that, we will come to that part. Okay, so the next part that we are going to discuss is that what are atoms, that we know already. Okay, so the question arises, how do atoms exist? Okay, how do atoms exist? First of all, atoms exist in many ways. Okay, so to understand this concept, we need to discuss a few things. The first thing that we need to discuss is that molecules. Molecules. Now, what do you mean by the molecules, and what is the definition of molecule? Okay. What is the definition of molecule? See, molecules are basically not atom. They are comparatively larger than atom basically. They are the previous version of the atom. Okay, molecules, if you dissociate the molecule, they will become into atom. Okay, they will become atom. So how can you define a molecule? A molecule can be defined as the smallest unit of pure substance. The smallest unit of pure substance. Okay. Molecules can be defined as the smallest unit of pure substance. Okay. And that can exist independently. Okay, that can exist independently. Okay, and can carry the properties. Okay, can carry the properties of all the elements successfully. Okay, so it is basically the smallest unit of pure substance. Okay, which can independently carry the properties of its own. Okay, is known as molecule. For example, I will explain you what is the basic difference between atom and molecule. Like, let's have an example. For example, H2. This is a molecule. Okay. For example, O2. This is the molecule. For example, N2 molecule. S8 molecule. O3. They all are molecule. Okay. Now, what is the basic difference? What is the basic difference between O and O2? The basic difference between O and O2 is O is an atom, on the other hand O2 is a molecule. That's the basic difference between O and O2. Okay, do not get confused. Okay, it's the basic difference between atom and molecule that I have given you in terms of oxygen. All right, similarly in case of nitrogen also, these type of things you can expect. Okay, now atomicity of the molecule. Atomicity of the molecule. Very simple. The atomicity, the word itself suggests that atomicity means the number of atoms present. The number of atoms present. okay, in a molecule. For example, we have given some example of molecule like this one, H2. Okay, there are two hydrogen atoms that will combine and they will make a hydrogen molecule. So that means the atomicity of hydrogen is 2. Similarly, in case of oxygen, again the atomicity is 2. In case of nitrogen also it is 2. In case of sulfur it is 8, and in case of ozone it is 3. All right. So like this we calculate the atomicity, as simple as that. Diatomic, 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 octatomic, triatomic. Okay. So like this we can write down. Now the next topic is compound. Molecules are done. Now the next topic that we have to discuss is compound. Now what is compound? Compound consists of different atoms. Okay, like they are made up of or made of more than one type of atom. Interesting fact is that compounds can also have their own property. Okay, they are also comparable to molecule. That means exactly like molecule, they can independently carry the property of their own. For example, water. For example, water, H2O. Water consists of hydrogen and oxygen. All right, water is a compound. Carbon dioxide is also a compound. Carbon monoxide is also a compound. Methane is a compound. Okay, carbon tetrachloride is a compound. Sodium chloride is a compound. They all are compound. As you can see, they consist of more than one element. Okay, like in this case you have only hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen. But in this case you have a hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, oxygen, carbon, oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, carbon, chlorine, sodium, chlorine, like this. Okay, you will not see a same type of molecule in atom in compound. On the other hand, in case of molecule, they are same. Okay, I guess this is clear to everyone. So as we have discussed about atomic mass, we can also calculate the molecular mass. We can also calculate the molecular mass. What is molecular mass? Molecular mass is basically the mass of the molecule, like the combination of atomic mass of all the atoms present in that molecule. So it is the combination of atomic masses of all the atoms present in the molecule. So this is known as molecular mass. Now how to calculate molecular mass? Let's have an example. For example, methane, CH4. So to calculate the molecular mass of methane, you need to know what are the what are the atomic masses of carbon and hydrogen in case of methane. So we know that the atomic mass of carbon is 12 and 4 hydrogens are there, so 4 into 1. So overall it is 12 plus 4, that is 16U. Now 16U is the molecular mass of methane. Okay, so this is how we calculate the molecular masses. So today I am not going to discuss further. Today I am going to end up here. Next day we will discuss, or we will try to calculate more molecular masses by using the atomic masses that we have discussed in today's class. Now my suggestion for all of you will be to remember the atomic masses that I have told you to remember. properly. Okay, read the atomic masses. In general, atomic masses are given in exam question paper, but every time you cannot expect that it will be given in the question paper. Sometimes you might not be able to find out. Okay, so I am going to end here. Next we will meet on the next Thursday. So thank you everyone. That's it for today.